views from the Cornbread Nation. Robert and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation. Robert and Dave on the Humpday Show. We're talking all out of the Southern Fried Nation. We're talking all out of Cornbread Nation. Robert and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Robert and Dave from the Cornbread Nation. We're talking all out of Southern Fried Nation. We're talking all out of Cornbread Nation. Robert and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Robert and Dave from the Cornbread Nation. We're talking all out of the Southern Fried Nation. We're talking all out of Cornbread Nation. Robert and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Robert and Dave from the Cornbread Nation. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation. Robert and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation. Robert and Dave on the Humpday Show. We're talking all out of Southern Fried Nation. We're talking all out of Cornbread Nation. Robert and Dave from the Rock Hall of Fame. Robert and Dave from the Cornbread Nation. Humpday views from the Cornbread Nation.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm Rob. That's Dave. Welcome to Humpday Views here on the Southern Fried Podcast. How's everybody doing tonight, including Dave?
I'm good. I'm not scratching my butt, nor do I have swollen anal glands. That's a
good way to start the night. Now, in all fairness, we may have swollen anal glands by the time we get to the vent show.
Well, that's probably true. I got that a bit. And I did save a vent for this week.
I got a couple.
It's long, but I do have a vent.
All right. We're so glad y'all are here tonight for the Humpday Views show. Hey, Jeneth, how are you doing? Hello.
Hot breaking news out of Florida. The SFP News Nation is reporting tonight, as per USA Today Sports, Billy Napier may be fired this weekend as the head coach of the Florida Gators. Wonder who their coach might be. Remember, I was telling somebody the other day that James Franklin, when he got walked out of Penn State, I said he won't wait long. He'll be back in the SEC. Kind of funny that just a few days later, Billy's rumored to be hitting the road. Rumor has it the boosters have told the boosters have told the administration, if you want more money, Billy got to go. That's the hot rumor. Goodbye, Billy.
No.
But he failed. He failed at Florida. Bad.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I went to lunch today with my my new shop manager. Great guy. Just a great guy. We had a great lunch. So he's a Braves fan. I was like, that's cool. I said, well, we got back to the plant. I said, well, who's your football team? I mean, I got to kind of know that. He said, well, I go with where I went to school at. I was like, uh-oh, Mississippi.
Oh.
So he's
he's a fake Bulldog fan.
He is a big fan of the former quarterback, obviously, who is the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. So he said, I don't have an NFL team. Wherever he goes, I go. So I was like, oh, okay.
My goodness.
Yeah.
That kind of sickens me a little bit. Ugh. Mississippi, really?
Yeah, I know. Well, everybody, if you get a chance on our stream, I went ahead and he's got a couple, but I put one of Jerry's cooking videos up. I like him. He don't think he does good, but I think he does great.
Yeah.
He's down home. He's godly. He just tells you how it is. I like it. Go Jerry.
He's a great guy too.
Oh, Jerry's awesome.
Oh,
Jerry's awesome.
Before we get too far into the show tonight, we got some stuff we need to cover and talk about. Let's go ahead and talk about it real quick. Let me find my little cheat sheet up here. First thing we're going to talk about is SFP coffee. Let me tell y'all something. Hit that QR code right there. It works. Try these coffees. They are great. I'm going to recommend the sample packs for everybody to start with. I can tell you about the pecan pie is outstanding, and the mint. Dave, you've tried a lot of them too. You've got the Ethiopian blend right now, right?
I've got it brand new in my hand, but I've tried all those on the screen and about 4 more. I think Peru, Mexico, I can't remember if it's Guatemala. I don't think it's Guatemala, but there's. Oh, I got the. I can't remember what it is now. It's a funny name one, but I loved it. I just ordered it. I got the sample pack too, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Loved everything was in it. The next thing I ordered was the house blend. By the way, and then I ordered the Ethiopian. By the way, my wife loves the house blend in the pods, single-use pods, and she took mine. Well, she said she ordered them. They're hers. She gave me one. I got one pod out of it. She'd give me another one, but they're really for her.
She's sweet like that.
I said, I'm just going to put you on a monthly maintenance and just order in a box a month. I mean, that's what I'm going to do.
Jen said it's cold, it's chilly in her office, and she needs some coffee. And Barry said coffee can provide relief from swollen anal glands. All right, so moving on.
Hey, it's Barry's fault that happened,
Yeah.
Mammoth Nation, yeah.
Yes. Hey, American First Marketplace. If y'all ain't a member of American Nation, please join. They've got a lot of American First products out there. These are American-owned businesses, conservative businesses. Your monthly fees goes to support conservative causes. It's just a great company all around. Y'all hit Mammoth Nation. It's great. It's support them and it supports us as well. Mammoth Nation is top notch though. Y'all will like them. Here, Dave, talk about this one.
Well, I'm a big fan of W. In fact, they sent me a thing. They're like saying, come back, because I hadn't ordered any in a while because I ordered 2 tubs. But the promo code is Southern Fried. You get no crashes, no jitters. There's no sugar added. Great flavors. In fact, they've got flavors that others don't have. I've been surveying the shelves at the store. They got flavors that nobody else has. And they got some really cool merch items too. They're a great company that was a first affiliate for us. And you get 10% off. But I'm going to tell you, if you'll start getting on their email and using our promo code, you'll get all kind of invitations for even more than that. And you still help us as well. Dubby Energy Drinks.
And here's another one that you know more about than I do. It's Payworld. You explained a little bit this morning. I'm going to let you on that one.
Well, some people, and even like for us, like we have our coffees and through the store, some of those things you set up, they're not a bank. They don't do any of the transactions. So like we have to use something else to do the transactions that's tied into that. If you do any e-commerce, you understand this. Well, Payworld is the kind of company that can do that. They can handle all your recurring payments, subscriptions, all that. And it's kind of a funny thing because let me tell you how this works. Like at the coffee, when you make an order, what they do is that we use this one company and it goes through them. They charge our card the price of the order that you ordered. And then they instantaneously transfer that money back once your payment has cleared, the full payment. So you have to keep somebody in there or order wouldn't go through. And so I didn't know about Payworld when we set it up, and it's a company I want to switch to in the days to come, but use promo code Cornbread. They've got very affordable rates. Small companies use them.
And yeah, if y'all want to become a monthly supporter of us, you can use this QR code. You choose your own level. We would appreciate it. That helps us out. And here's some of these companies here also that support us. I want to talk about Patriot Mobile. They're on this one as well. Patriot Mobile is a great company. It's a cell phone service company. I use them. Dave uses them. A great reception, the whole 9 yards on them. You actually deal with human beings who can speak English.
Yep.
I haven't run into a non-English speaking one yet. Only Christian-based cell phone company in the country. They support a lot of conservative causes also. So yes, Patriot Mobile, number one in my book. And last, but
Absolutely.
certainly not least. Well, no, I got one more before then. I want to touch on this one real good. Love and Deers Ministries. We're going to be having a show starting up with them next month with Joe and Donna and myself and Elizabeth. It'll be on Monday mornings at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if y'all have any questions, you got issues or whatever, send it to Southern Pride Podcast at yahoo.com, and we'll forward it with them, and we'll discuss them, and we'll talk about them, and we'll see if we get a solution for you. And that show will be on Monday mornings. If that's not a convenient time for you, we're going to air that show another time or two before the week's ended. So you'll have a chance to see the answer to your question on live on air. Now, last but not least, certainly not least, oh yeah, we got the hot twins. Y'all check out their merch and such as that. We're affiliated with them now. Great guys, great show. Like, follow their show. I love me some Hodge twins. I followed them long before this, but I like the Hodge twins.
Yeah, I've ordered hats and mugs and stuff from them. They're great guys, and I would say they're honorary breadheads. By the way,
Absolutely. But we're going to make them come on Cornbread Nation one night, or come on one of our shows before we give them that honorary title. Got to earn that breadhead. Come on now.
Well, you never know. I've been you never believe who I've been talking to the last couple of days.
Who's that?
A big old boy down your way who loves America and loves the president, and that's Cat Turd. I've been actually talking with him. So we've been communicating. So y'all follow him. He loves the country. Sometimes people get mad at him, but everybody gets mad at you for something.
Yeah,
it's funny. Everybody writes you off like, well, I used to like you, but no, I don't like you. Come on. Because one decision you make or one thing you say, they say, oh, you're not American. You're not American enough. Shut up.
No doubt. Barry, cardboard will stop the flow of resin. Okay? You duct tape the cardboard to the crack, and Steve hadn't figured that out yet. But you can duct tape cardboard to the crack to help stem the flow. Oh. You would think Steve, with the big crush he has on John Fetterman, would know all about dealing with wood, but apparently he doesn't. So sorry, that wasn't very nice voice today. I love Steve. I gotta pick on him, even if he ain't here. Dennis fixed to jump in and tell me to stop, though. Uh
Probably.
oh. It's time to wake up, Tens. No, she's not. You're not going to tell me to stop? Or are you saying no, don't pick on him? Or oh my goodness, that was a lot. I'm worn out. Good night, everybody. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Don't y'all leave. We got a lot of show to do tonight.
Well, I pulled something. I'm gonna take us down a memory lane and see how many of these you either wrote in or owned, or if you just liked them and you'd like to have, because they don't make cars like they used to. They don't. I don't care what they say. They got some nice cars out there, but they don't make cars like they used to. So let's go down memory lane for a few minutes. There was a ranking done. Well, and again, rankings can be whatever you like. It's personal preference, but they were looking at pros of what they like in the specs. But one service ranked the number one muscle car, which I don't know that I would agree with, or I might. I don't know. I have to do some thinking on this, but this is a dang good one. The 1969 Dodge Charger. It's a heck of a car, man. It's a heck of a car.
It really was.
That is a 426 cubic inch Hemi V8, 425 horsepower, 495 pounds a foot of torque. This baby will rock. It'll rock your teeth out. That is
And
a
I'm
heck of a
going to tell
car.
y'all, this is not a green vehicle. It's not green.
No.
You hit the hammer on this thing, and you watch your gas gauge go like this.
Oh, there's no doubt. The 1969. Thank you, Barry, and he will appreciate that. By the way, real quick on that, he's talking about the Zenith Man. Talking about this book. I don't make no money off of this. I'm trying to help him out. This is a heck of a story. Heck of a story. I'm not done with it. I can tell you it's well worth my money and then some. But he was at his alma mater today. He took a picture, and they on the shelf of books, they had his book on the bookshelf. He said, "It's kind of nice that your alma mater has your book."
Yeah.
But thank you, Barry. Yeah, he'll appreciate that. And he
speaking
said
of
the only
books,
thing he didn't like about the audio version, they
Yeah.
didn't say Lafette right.
they said Lafayette.
Yep. He said, "Oh, killed me."
It's Lafayette.
The '69 Dodge Charger was a heck of a car. I've known people that's had them, and they're Dodge guys. I mean, they grew up Hemi people and Dodge guys. Not to be outdone, the 1969 Dodge Charger is awesome. But the 1970 Plymouth Hemi Cuda, wow.
Wow.
I don't know which one I'd choose. I'm a big fan of the Cuda too, man. That is also 425 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds. 0 to 60.
That's at your back your seat.
This car, they say, is rare and highly coveted, with pristine examples selling for over $3 million at auctions right now.
Wow.
I've rode in these cars.
Yeah.
These two I have.
Wow.
Barry, they probably didn't give him an option to read. Sometimes, I mean, you're at the mercy of the contract. He would have been a good reader for that. He's an excellent speaker. He's a lawyer. I mean, he's in front of people all the time. He's his vocabulary he's very well, but he also he does not come across as pompous or anything like that. He's engaging. He's a storyteller. And I could talk to him about the grass growing. He's that kind of guy. So we're both Charger and the Cuda, both winners, right?
Yeah.
All right. This one changed. This was revolutionary. The 1967 Chevrolet Camaro Z28.
Yeah. I can go along with that one.
This baby
That's
was
about
200,
right.
290 horsepower, 302. Had a 302 in it. It had some sharp handling as well, as we know. It launched the Camaro's legacy as a Mustang rival and a street legend. I don't disagree with either of that. The Z20, I mean, you got your Mustang lovers and they're great, but that Camaro, it was revolutionary. Man, they sold a lot of them cars.
There's two cars I'm waiting to see if on that list. And if they're on there, they're misplaced. I think. I'm gonna wait till you get your list out.
Well, I've got 20 cars here.
Okay.
Number 4 is the 1970 Ford Mustang Mach 1. A heck of a car. I rode in that too.
Yeah. And that
I'm
was
gonna tell
one
you,
of the ones I was thinking about.
I sat in the back seat. And it was rocking me around. I was at a place where it's like a hamburger place where you sit in most people sit in their cars in the parking lot and they would drive through the hot rods. Yeah. And back in this is around 71 or 2 or 70, might have been 70. I don't know. I was about 5 or 6 years old. But anyway, I had to go to the restroom. And those guys just love kids, man. We had a bunch of friends out there. And the guy said, "I'll take him over there." And I was like, wow, I get to ride in his car. His car is beautiful. It was a short distance, but he goosed it 2 or 3 times, taking me to the restroom. Oh my gosh. I thought my teeth were in my neck, the back of my head, because when he nailed it, man, it shot me into that seat. I'd never been in a car with that much muscle ever.
Wow. Personally, I think that Mach 1 should have been number 2. I'll go with you.
And again, that's preference.
Number 2. Yeah.
Some people didn't like it for a couple of reasons. If you had to drive it all the time, because it's not the best car to back up with. Of course, some people say I don't back up, but
Yeah.
that car was hard to see out the back. So you had to have really good mirrors and really pay attention. They say the Impact, a favorite for its balance of style, power, and accessibility, still a staple at car shows.
Yes.
Number 5 is the 1966 Pontiac GTO. A lot of people love this one. 389 in it, 360 horsepower. That's a lot of horsepower, man. I mean, all these are. So I didn't know as many people with a GTO, but I did remember seeing it. I don't know the year, but it was in that line of muscle cars then. I have rode in this car, number 6, the 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS. I have rode in that car. I never owned it, but I've rode in it.
That's high.
Very nice.
I like the car. I do like the car, but that seems high. But I'm thinking of one, and it's in my head right now. Now, keep in mind, I'm a huge Ford fan. Okay, I love Fords, and I'm waiting to see where this one comes in at. I know it'll be there. And I do remember the car. It's a nice car. Don't get me wrong. It's going to come down to a preference here. So, and that's just because I like Fords.
Jennifer is going, yes, yes, yes. Have you rode in these cars, Jennifer? Or you just like the car? Number 7, I don't know this car very well. In fact, I don't know that I know it at all. Because I don't know how much it was built for street, if at all. But it's the 1969 Ford Torino Talladega, and it was built for NASCAR. It's had a 429 in it, 375 horsepower. It's a collector's dream due to its rarity and racing pedigree. So it wasn't a street car, but they made that back when you could tell a race car race cars look like cars. Nowadays they don't, but back then they did because they were.
Yeah.
And so I just don't remember that vehicle, but they've got that number 7. Number 8 is a legend, 1968 Shelby Mustang. Legend.
That is a legend.
They sold a lot of them. Okay, she rode in the Z28
Camaro.
and others she liked.
Okay.
Now people don't like Fords. They don't like the Shelby Mustang.
No.
But that was an iconic car.
That was a pure out and out legend of a car.
They say has a cult following. Well, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
All right. That was number 8. I thought I had 20, but I think I've got 16 or something. All right. The next one is the 1969 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray ZL1.
That's a nice car. Those were so sharp. My goodness.
Yeah. 427, 430 horsepower. And by the way, only 2 or 3 of these were produced. I guess that's that ZL1 designation. Yeah. It's one of the most rarest and most valuable Corvettes, the holy grail for collectors. Yes. I didn't know that.
Hi, Chick Bait.
Hello, Chick Bait. All right. I had friends. This car, it's funny. I can think about families riding around in this car. I think my best friend's family might have had one of these at one time, but I can't remember. The 1970 Oldsmobile 442. Oh. Those were everywhere, man. Yes, and I think my best friend's dad had one at one time. This was a 4-barrel carb, 4-speed, dual exhaust, was Oldsmobile's muscle car pinnacle with the W30 package adding serious grunt. A 455 sitting in it, V8, 370 horsepower, 500 pounds a foot of torque. It's known for its sleeper looks and drag strip performance or dominance. I remember that car well, and I'm pretty sure I've rode in that car. All right, another legendary car, the 1969 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. And I know Jenna's probably rode in that car. I bet she's rode in it.
Yeah, she may have.
Killer car, man.
Yes, it was.
By the way, could we just say all these cars were chick bait cars? Like, they attracted chicks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just threw that bait part in there,
Yeah.
All right.
Chick magnets.
Numbers 1971 Dodge Challenger RT. It was iconic because the Challenger's bold design and Hemi option made it a Mopar favorite, rivaling the Cuda. 426 sitting in there, 425 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds. It was a latecomer to the muscle car scene, but a lasting icon, especially in convertible form.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The next one, the year I was born, 1965, Shelby Cobra 427.
That was a beast.
Well, with all that horsepower, it was a lightweight body too, which made it just scream.
My God.
There's still a couple on here. And one of these, what I would have higher, that's fixed to come up. The next one is the 1970 Buick GSX Stage 1. I'm not familiar with that one.
No.
It was a luxurious muscle car with underrated power, often surprising competitors. It packed a 455 cubic V8, 360 horsepower, 510 pounds of torque. It was a standout for its bold styling and performance.
Okay.
Now this next one, a friend of mine, a preacher friend of mine, I think this was his favorite car. And he was a Mopar guy. Him and his boys, his dad, all Mopar. This is their favorite stuff. They still drive Dodges and stuff most of the time anyway. 1969 Dodge Super Bee. People love this car. If you were a Mopar guy, the Super Bee got your heart. That was a killer car. But because people, and one of the reasons was people could afford it. It was a little more affordable. It packed a 426 Hemi V8, 425 horsepower. In the quarter mile, 13.5 seconds. 0 to quarter mile.
0 to crap, I didn't win in my britches.
Yeah. Chick Bay said they had a 1976 Impala.
Yeah.
Super Bee was big. All right, 2 or 3 more here. I don't remember this either. Do what?
Chick Bay said she had to go. Family needs her.
I don't remember this, and it just sounds funny to say it. It's an underdog, and I'm just not familiar with it. But it packed a wallet. But the 1970 AMC Rebel machine. You remember that? I don't remember it.
I don't remember that one.
I do remember this one. 1967 Mercury Cougar XR7. This was Mercury's upscale take on the Mustang platform, blending luxury with muscle car performance. Now, this last one that I'm going to mention, and I think it should be higher on the list, but I get it. It's tough to rate them. But I remember a guy at work. This is before, because I lied about my age. I went to work at 15, and the guy said, I didn't have my license. I had learners. All the guys, when are you going to drive your car to work? So for 3 months until my birthday, I was getting rides back and forth to work, parents, people at work. So the guy one night, he said, I'll take you home. He had this, and I'm going to tell you what happened. A 1969 Chevrolet Nova SS. My gosh. I have rode in more than one of these, let me tell you. He had this thing hossed out more than the factory. I mean, he took it to somewhere. When I say we left, and you know where the first Red Food was there in Fordo.
Yes.
Then became Bilo, then became Food City.
Yeah.
That's where I worked. We hit the road there on Cross Street. We never were straight.
Wow.
It was this all the way. That horsepower was just, that rear end was coming around, and he's working it the whole way. It's late at night. It's like midnight, and we're just screaming down the road, man. I got to admit it. I was scared to death. I thought we were going to get killed. That's the first and last time I ever rode with him.
All right. I'm going to throw one out there for you. And it didn't make your list.
This wasn't an exhaustive list. It was just top 16.
And
like that.
That 1969 Ford Fairlane. Oh my gosh. Think it had that 351 Cleveland in it. Oh
Oh yeah.
And it was a pretty car. My goodness. Yeah, it would hold up to like a 428 Superjet or Super Cobra. But I think they came with the Cleveland motor. But
Now, the
man,
problem with these cars were, unless it was bucket seats, you had to wear your seatbelt because you ended up in the passenger side.
yeah.
You'd slide right across the car.
Because they had bench, most of them had bench.
Yeah, and you would put all your car care stuff on it. It'd be slick as ice, man. You go around a corner, man. Many times I've had to like try to hold the wheel and bring myself back over because a lot of people didn't wear seatbelts back then. But it was you wear your seatbelt so you can stay behind the wheel.
Yeah. Or you go slide and plumb across. My goodness. Yeah, I like that 69 Fairlane. I think it should have been on the list, but you list. Everybody has their own personal favorites.
Well, sure.
I want a hot rod hearse. That's my dream. If I'm ever going to get a hot rod, I want solid and a coffin in the back. Of course, that's going to mean I'm going to die.
Well, that's a little out there. But we could get one for the Southern Fried Podcast, and we could park it places.
Oh, can we come back?
Do what?
To run around and get tired. You can go sleep in one, I'll go sleep in the other.
Oh, there ain't no way I'd do that. Ain't no way I'm getting.
Oh, dude, you get shot because just pull up. State trooper's gonna have to open that coffin, and whoever's coffin he has to open up.
Well, Robert just opened the coffin, and he went. What timing? So he opened the coffin, and the cop said, "Not today." He'll be back. Oh well, cool cars though. I never rode in. I didn't have connections all the time, but I had some friends that had some really cool cars. It was back in the day. There was, yeah, Jen. Back in the day, there was a guy that taught mechanic at the high school, but he ran a service station down in Ringgold. If you're from the area, you would know him. And a lot of the high school guys that took his class, they would ask him because he raced cars, and they would say, what would you charge me to make build the engine for me that would make my car just scream? He couldn't do it at the school; they wouldn't let him. But he would tell them what to go get, and they would go get it. Then at his he would tell them how much money. And we're not talking a bunch of money back then because things were cheaper, but he would make the car for him, and he made one guy a car that he has some stuff that he just designed on his own, but he had one guy's car where he could have the pops loud or quiet. If he was going through town and the police were around, he could quieten them down. He had a way to do that, and he had 2 or 3 things on this guy's car that he had made for him that were just his own inventions. That were and I'm telling you, they weren't something he ordered out of a magazine. He made them himself, and he had ways that seek hidden things on the car. He did this guy solid, like nitro and stuff you couldn't see and all that. It was funny. Rob's having slow internet. It happens. Sometimes it gets the best of us. Hopefully he'll be able to get back in just a second. It happens to me, solar flares, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I used to love those cars. I was a Ford guy, but I did like the Dodge. Dodge is probably my favorite, the Hemis and all that. But honestly, I would ride in any of them because they were all great cars. These things used to be sitting around just these things used to just be sitting around. People just run them in the ground, and if they'd only put those up, they could have retired off some of them. And now it's getting harder to find those stuff because the collectors have all bought them up, and they sell them from rich person to rich person. Nobody can afford them. And now there are, every once in a while, people will look up and there's a car sitting in somebody's garage, been sitting there for 50 years. Nobody would sell it, and finally they do. But most of those things are gone. Somebody owns them. They're just, those stories are few and far between. Nobody, can, you just don't go down the road and see that anymore. But I've heard stories of people who went and they would have grass growing up in the car, and they'd say, nope, not selling it. But they just knew somebody wanted it. They weren't going to do anything with it. And it's sad, really. I mean, to see a car go down like that. Or trucks. And we didn't do trucks. There's some really cool, fast trucks even, that was really cool up on the strip. Now, back when we were kids, I mean, we didn't have internet. We didn't have video games, cell phones, all that. I mean, that's what you did, right? You cruised. Did you ever go cruising, Miss Jen? Down there in Rome, did y'all go cruising? I saw Miss Elizabeth earlier and giving us a light. Miss Elizabeth, did you go cruising? Anybody from the area here, can you tell me where the cruising spot was in Chattanooga? Oh, she went cruising. Yes, she did. She was cruiser. Pull in the parking lot, talk to all the people. It was fun to go cruising, though. You'd crank up the music. The guys would goose the cars, and you'd pull somewhere and talk to people, and it was a hangout spot. Mostly innocent, for the most part. It was some things happen with some people because that's what's going to happen. But most people, they didn't do nothing wrong. But that was in our area. That was, now I wouldn't even dream of it, to be honest, because of the crime. But Brainerd Road was the cruising spot in this area. Now, oh, it's the homeless spot. It's crime. It's not the place to go cruising. I can say that. Ain't no way. I've seen too much crazy over there in the last several years. There's no way. But anyway, it was a fun look at cars and stuff, and just looking back in history and something quick. And I thought I'd pop that out there. And cars are an extension of you. By the way, Miss Jen, do you have a name for your car? Guys do this. They'll name their car. Do you name your car? I bet Barry named his car. I bet he did. And hello to those coming in Instagram. I see you. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. And y'all, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We'll pop that in there. And you're saying that you did not. Okay. Thank you so much there. But a lot of my friends had some whose family had more money than mine. We were poor. They would do the projects and build these cars up. And it's a wonder I have any hearing, because back in those days, Barry said, I prayed for my car to get from point to point A to point B. I get it. So you could have called it the prodigal. But they would, I'd worked with them when I started working, and that's usually when we'd run into stuff. And every guy that I knew had speakers. They had cars with too much speaker, way more than you'd ever need. And there was nowhere in earplugs or nothing. So you're in the back seat, because sometimes I was the younger one, and all I got is speaker around me. And it's just screaming music. Can't hear nothing anybody says. It's so loud. And you think that's cool. Then later you're like, oh man, I wonder how much damage I did to my hearing. Oh, if my daddy had only knew when I was, I never did finish, but I was in the Boy Scouts for a year or two. I don't remember. And the guys that come pick me up, because I was only 13 or 14 years old, I think, when I started. I think I was 14. So I didn't drive. And these guys would come get me once they took me the first time. I don't remember how I got into it. Probably asked or something, because my parents never made me do anything. If I wanted to do it, they'd say, you got to finish it. You get through the year. So anyway, these guys would come pick me up in a little small subcompact 4-door, small. The whole back window was nothing but speaker. And he would turn it down to pull up. I'd get in the car. There was 4 people in the car. It's about all you could hold. We would go down the road, and then they would hit the subwoofer and all that stuff. And it was, Van Halen, Aerosmith, all that, all the way to and we met at the drag strip. So our troop met at the drag strip, which is funny. And I couldn't hear anything by the time I got there. It was so loud. Then later, they were doing other things in the car, which I never partook of, but I was smelling it. That my dad would have double killed them for that. But then later, I wasn't with them, thank God. They were flying down the road. They lost control. They didn't get killed, but they wrapped that thing around a tree, and there ain't much to wrap around that car. It was a small car, but they did get injured. The car was totaled. No drinking or nothing like that. They were just speeding. They were just out, making it go as fast as it could, lost control. And that was the end of that car. After I left the Scouts, I never saw those guys again. They were good guys. They were a little on the, yeah, it was wow. If my dad had known what they did with me in that car, he would have killed them. I mean, there's no doubt. But I had another guy I was working with him at the store, and it was a beautiful car. But he was putting his sound system in there, but the speakers weren't in yet. So we rode around with him. They're laying in the floorboard, so they're kind of pointed right up at your face. And he'd say, "Don't hit my speakers now. Be careful. Don't hit them wires." And he had the real heavy gauge wire and everything. And we'd get in the car and we'd go riding around after we got off work through the park and stuff. Innocent, no drinking, nothing like that. Just cranking the music wide open. I love that. Now we would go at the park at night and ride through and cut the lights out. That's a little creepy. You ever do that, Rob?
Yeah. Yes, but I have.
I was just saying how I rode in some of these really nice cars like that, but they had great sound system because they boosted up all the equipment. I never owned one, but I got a chance to ride in several and lose my hearing. Hey, Watchman. I didn't inhale. Man, we were doing work down at the drag strip one time. It was a Saturday work for a merit badge. And the Scoutmaster was a really good older guy. In fact, he had health problems later and had to step down. I didn't care for the helpers. They were jerks. But the Scoutmaster was a really cool guy. Everybody had respect for him. But I was riding around with these guys that were stoners. By the way, these guys were Eagle Scouts. Eagle Scout stoners, So we were down there doing all this work. 2 things happened one Saturday. One is they decided to get in the maintenance van at the drag strip and see how fast they could go in it, because we were taking all the tools down to cut the limbs and stuff where they came around at the end, because at the end is a creek at the drag strip.
Yeah.
So we had I didn't drive. I was, like I said, 14 at the time. This guy hits 80 miles an hour on that drag strip. He goes to hit the brakes. There's no brakes.
Oh.
He starts gearing down. He used the emergency brake and he geared down. And when we got to the end, we had to lean this way to go around that curve. And I thought we were going to die. So that was the first thing that happened. So we're down there working and everything. And I think we came up for lunch. And they rode their car back up because they said, "We're not riding that van up. We're going to tell them they got to go get it. It's no break." So we rode the little car that they totaled later that I told you about. The whole car is full of smoke. They're riding up through there. The Scoutmaster walks out around the building. They're all like, "Oh my God, there's the Scoutmaster." And they're rolling the windows down and smoke. It's like something out of Cheech and Chong's, man. I'm not kidding you. Smoke is bailing out of the car. And the Scoutmaster must not have had a nose on him, because he walks up and he says, "Boys, they shouldn't be smoking like that. That tobacco's bad for your lungs." And they all looked at each other like, huh. I thought, we are busted. I'm not even doing anything.
Oh. Wow.
Watchman. Best friend's dad was a scout leader. We were stoners, but we went every year with his troop to clean up Lake Hartwell. That was fun. You know what? I'll tell you what my best friend did to me. God bless. I did a video from his grave, by the way. If you get to see it, it's out there. I put it up. This is, let me just say this real quick. It took me almost, next year will be 40 years since he was murdered. It took me 40 years to make this video. And it wasn't easy when I made it. I got to tell you, it hit me harder than I even thought. And I had to gather myself. Paul said, "I'm ready." I said, "I'm not. Give me just a second." But I went to his grave, and the first time in a long time. This was really hard for me. He was murdered. He was my best friend, like my brother growing up. Anyway, he was a funny guy. One of the funniest guys I ever met in my life. And he's just a big heart, but he was crazy. He crazy, redneck crazy, but he was a great guy. And rest in peace, my friend. But anyway, he joined the Scouts for a little while. And the only reason he joined the Scouts was because he heard me talk about that these guys were smoking down. So he's like, "Hey, I want to join." It's like stoners, I'm in. So we go down to some farm in Ringo, below Ringo, some farm, and we had to get. So one of the Eagle Scouts was working on cartography or something, or map reading. I don't know. They let us out at night at this big farm, and you had to use a map and compass and all that stuff to lead us in. The whole troop. There was like 20 of us. And they're already set up at the camp. The leaders are. So they say, "Okay, you find us." So, man, we get to going out through there, and the guy, because he's stoned anyway, he gets us lost, and we're getting tired. We're getting hungry. Well, they decide, "Listen, you guys stay here. We're going to go out and scout a little bit. And no pun intended. We're going to look around and see if we can climb some hills and see where we're at. Then we'll come back and get you. That way, not everybody's having to walk around." Well, we were so tired by them, nobody cared. They took forever for them to come back. They must have been gone an hour. So they finally come back, and they said, "We don't know where they're at. Let's just keep going." So I'm like, "What the heck? You've been gone an hour." So we finally, it was late. We finally pull into the camp. The scout leader's like, "Where the heck y'all been?" The guy said, "Well, we got lost." He said, "Fail, brother. You're going to have to do that again, man." I mean, like, anyway, they were giving him a hard time, you know. So I'm like ticked off, and I'm like, because I'm wore out, and we still got to set our tents up, tents and everything. We're just hiked in. Everything's on our back. So I talked to my buddy. I'm like, we got to get all this stuff set up, you know. And he says, I said, "What the heck were you doing for an hour?" He said, "Oh, man." He said, "The guy pulled out some Colombian gold, man. We were up over the hill, man." I said, "You were what? You were smoking dope while we're over here stuck waiting on you knuckleheads to get back?" Oh, I was so mad at him. Never trust a stoner to lead the pack.
No. You should have known better than that to start with. Of course, you know, kids don't pay no attention to stuff like that.
We had a good time. So we was camped next to a small lake. Really, it was like a huge pond or small lake. I don't know what you call it, but it was a beautiful area. I don't know who owned this farm, but it was killer. And so we get up the next morning, and a couple of the younger scouts. Don't get mad, Miss Jen, but you know, guys will do guy things. You know, these two younger scouts, and I don't mean real young, but they were a little bit younger than me. And they went down to because they asked the scout leader, they said, "Where's the showers?" And they're like, "Showers? There ain't no showers, man. This is camping out." "Well, we got to clean up." I mean, we're all there like, "Oh, man, like, really? Like, you're already whining about cleaning up? You've only been out here overnight. I mean, come on. You got smoke all over you and all that." The guy said, "Well, down at the creek or down at the pond or whatever it's called." They're like, "We'll go to the creek." So they went down there. These knuckleheads came back walking around naked. Every scout in that troop picked up big pine cones and let them have it. And let me tell you, I don't think it felt too good.
I kind of had that coming, though.
They kind of had it coming.
You know,
they're like, "Put clothes on." They're like, "Shut up, leave us alone." We're like, "Okay." You know, once one guy starts it, everybody joins in. I mean, you know.
Oh yeah, that's a must at that point.
And the scout leaders will turn their head. They won't sanction it, but they'll be like, "Yeah, they deserved it. You boys, get ready. We got to go marching in a minute. We got to go look around." "Oh, what are y'all doing?" They'd play dumb, you know.
You know, maybe life was different down here. I don't know. But, you know, I'd go fishing in the wintertime down here on the creek sometimes, and I'd shuck my britches away, dry across the creek, and put on dry clothes on the other side and come back and do the same thing, come back, but I put my clothes back on. I wasn't down there to take a shower. Took a shower when I got home. And you go camping and stuff, you go camping. And I ain't never seen boys, especially teenage boys, too worried about taking a dab blank shower, especially those, under 12 and under. Since when do they care about taking a shower? Come on. Yeah, and little boys ain't never. Ugh. Sounds like they was raised up to be little girls or something. I don't know. Don't take a piss, Jen. Sounds like me, like they was raised up to be girls. Gotta take a shower. Where's the showers?
It's like, this is roughing it, man. I mean, this is all about getting merit badges and stuff.
Shoot. I went camping not too long ago, but it wasn't getting no merit badge, and I guarantee you I wasn't roughing it. We had water, electricity on site and everything else. Plenty of extension cords to reach. We had phone chargers in the tents. I don't care. Y'all call me a glamper if you want to. I don't care. I had a coffee pot too.
Well, you're not 15 years old anymore. I mean, you kind of have to take care of yourself,
Yeah. And take care of coffee is not just take care of me, it's take care of the rest of the world. If I don't have my coffee in the morning, somebody's paying. There's going to be consequences for that. I'm going to have my coffee in the morning. And speaking of coffee, my cup is empty, Dave. And I know I probably should have just went and got it when it just shut down. It was my internet connection went.
It happens, man.
Yeah,
it happens. So, hey, if you'll wait 3 minutes, we got to take a break anyway to switch over to the vent.
Okay.
Southern Fried Vent. So just hang on. It won't hurt you.
Okay.
I'll send you good smells of the coffee through the internet.
We don't have smell-o-vision on here. Barry said, I used to camp out as a reenactor. The worst place I ever went to froze was Tallahassee, Alabama. Is there a Tallahassee in Alabama?
I think that's spelled a little different, but I think I know what he's talking about. Is that Tallapalooza or something like that? He does speech to text, so sometimes it doesn't understand him.
Yeah.
Freezing for me was camping. We went up to do the reenactment at Blue Springs, which is above Strawberry Plains in Tennessee, and it's a great event. But then the hills, we had a bunch of guys from Tunnel Hill. We were camping out in these nice tents, heaters, and everything in there. And they said, "Where y'all going? We'll help you get your tent set up." We got in there kind of late. We're like, "Oh, we don't need a tent." They said, "Where are you going to sleep?" "Right here by the fire." We just rolled out our bedroll and everything, and kept the fire going on. They said, "Man, you are hardcore." And we're like, "No, there's people much more hardcore than us, but that's what we do. We portray infantry." And so they said, "Well, y'all enjoy the cold because we're going to our warm tents." Well, at about 4:00 in the morning, all them heaters ran out of fuel. They didn't have any else to put in them. They all came piling out, standing around the fire.
Yeah.
And they said, "You guys might have had a good idea here." They said, "Y'all were snoring so loud, we could hear you in our tents, and it was shaking in there." We thought, well, at least let's go out here and wake them up and stop them snoring and get warm. But that was the coldest I ever did a reenactment. It was cold. It's one of those where you had to keep turning to stay from not unfrozen.
Yeah.
In front of the fire. Like you about burn your backside and then you flip over.
About the coldest I ever got was on a hunting trip up in the Bighorn Mountains up in Washington State. And it got pretty stinking cold that night. And I was with another guy. He was bigger, and we probably could have huddled together and shared body heat, but I ain't got that cold yet to snuggle up with some guy to get warm and share body heat. I ain't saying it ain't ever going to happen, but it ain't happened yet. And the odds are getting slimmer as the time goes on. I might right now just be willing just to freeze to death before I did that. I don't know. No, the place I'm talking about is Tallahassee, Florida. Oh my gosh. Or Tallahassee, Alabama.
That's Tallahassee.
Tallahassee?
Tallahassee.
I got you. There ain't no H in there. All right. I wasn't paying attention there, Barry. Sorry.
A lot of reenactments take place in small out of the way places because they were woods. They were preserved, a lot of them, like Savannah, Tennessee. Shallow. There ain't much there. A battlefield.
Yeah.
So it's a nice area. Country people there, redneck. We've done that on the redneck destination on Cornbread Nation before, but we might have to do Tallahassee I don't know if I'm saying it right. Tallahassee. It sounds like a redneck destination point.
You know what else sounds like a redneck destination point? Hayhira, Georgia. Have we been to Hayhira yet?
No.
Oh, that's another good one. Or Two Egg, Florida.
We've done. Well, we've mentioned Two Egg as one of our small towns of the morning. Let's run a commercial so Robert can get his coffee.
Darn straight.
And we'll run a short commercial, and I'm going to flip everything over to the Southern Fried Vent. Remember, folks, if you are in here on anything else, you will lose us because it's a Rumble only exclusive. So don't get mad. We explain this. It is a Rumble only exclusive. So if you don't have a Rumble app, it's free. Download it. Get Rumble.
It's free. Rumble. No censorship. Get a Rumble channel if you don't have one. Oh,
we're trying to help them out because they support free speech. And so while we're down, we're going to go down to 2 Rumble channels, and that's it. So if you can't do that, love you. God bless you. And we'll see you next time. But go download that app. You can be back in 5 minutes.
Yep.
And that'd be about the time we're gone. See ya.
Hey, everybody. This is Rob and Dave from the Southern Fried Podcast. You know, we love lots of things here in the South. We love our country. We love our family. We love our God. We love some sweet tea on the front porch on Friday nights. But we're really near and dear and love us some coffee. That being said, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock on July the 14th, yes, we will have our coffee out there. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome, man. It's been a dream come true. We talked about this before we were ever a podcast, and we love these coffees. There's 40 plus blends. You'll find something that you like. And most people like coffee. If you don't, I can't help you, but most people like coffee, and there's a lot of coffee here. In fact, our morning show, we say get up, pray up, and coffee up, because we start our day with coffee, and now you can get some for you. Hey, we're very patriotic here. Get some for your veteran friends. You know what? Bless them. And the coffee mugs you see are representatives of logos that we've made. We've got more coming. We're going to put those on coffee mugs, and you'll see our SFP brand there, logo on each coffee. And these prices, Rob, we kept them as reasonable as we can. We cut that margin down because we know times are tough, and we want to help people and put coffee in their home and all of our listeners and followers home. And I'm proud of this. So big kickoff, Rob. Excited about it.
And hey, y'all, there's no shipping cost on this either. You do not have to pay for shipping. It's already, everything's done. You just go with it. So the price the
QR code works. Just scan it. And and also off of our site, our coffee store, 2 or 3 of our social sites are also linked there. And you can find some of if you don't know where we're located, you can find us there. And come get some coffee. We got plenty.
Hey, man, I just want to tell you about this new country show where everybody gets to vent their frustrations about whatever's got them down. Here's how it goes. It's a Southern Fried Vent Show.